Hi, you're welcome to the Uncommon Woman Show, the place to be, to birth and grow into the woman of your dreams, that woman God had in mind when He created you. As usual, I am your host, Iphie Adizue, the author of the Uncommon Woman book. And this week, what are we looking at? How to be a better mother. First of all, the fact that you're watching this and you chose to watch this video, I just want to tell you one thing. You're already an amazing mom. That means you're good and you want to get better. You know, motherhood is just like marriage. No one pretty much prepares you for it, but when you get into it, then you learn. But most times we have the experiences from the way we were raised, which might be good, which might not be good. The whole idea in being a mother in today's generation with the kids that we have today is how do we encourage them to bring out the best that they have in them? How do we encourage them to live the life that God already had destined for them to live? So, the first tip to being a better mother, or actually the only tip I'm going to be talking about today, is that you have to be deliberate. And I'm going to share how you be deliberate in 3 different ways. First of all, you need to deliberately teach your children. Your role as a mother is also a teacher. You need to deliberately teach your children. What do I mean by this? Most times we teach our children based on the way we act. We teach them based on our thoughts. So, opportunities just present themselves and then that becomes a teaching or a learning experience. Now, and then we teach them based on what has happened at that point in time. To be a better mother, you need to be a deliberate teacher. So what do I mean? What are all the things that you want to teach your child? I know it sounds very, very crazy when you're thinking about it. Now, what do I want to teach my child? Okay, I want to teach them to be independent. I want to teach them to be honest. I want to teach them to love God. I want to teach them to show love to people. When you think about it in this way, list out everything. So, imagine that your child was going to go off to boarding house in the next 3 weeks, and you had 3 weeks to teach your child these things. What are you going to do differently? So what it means is that for you to teach your child, you need tools, you need experiences, and you need to be conscious about it. So the first thing in being a deliberate teacher to your child in a bid to be a better mother is that you have to list out everything that you want to teach your child. And how exactly are you going to teach that child that thing? Now, there are different things. So for example, I found this, it's cartoon really, but it's called Jelly Telly. And then it teaches, so I was talking about how to teach my children about the fruits of the Holy Spirit. Now, if I teach my children about the fruits of the Holy Spirit, I'm sure I'm going to be really, really boring because I'm used to teaching adults and not teaching children. So I wouldn't know how to tie in the fun that they would be expecting. And so I found Jelly Tellies. And so it has short videos, 1-minute videos on the fruit of the Spirit. And I share with them and we have a discussion. Now, this is coming out from the fact that I've decided to be intentional about teaching my children certain things. So what are all these things you want to teach your children? How are you going to teach them? What tools do you need? That's the first thing you're going to be deliberate on. The second thing you're going to be deliberate on is on loving your children the right way. So many of us grew up in an environment where love was shown to us in certain ways. We have learned over time that that's not how we respond to love. So you need to understand your child's love language. There are different languages of love. Same way we have it for adults is the same way we have it for children. Some children perceive love and receive love when you spend time with them. Some receive love when you buy gifts for them. Some, when you hold them tight. You need to understand your own child's love language and show the child love in that same manner. And trust me, no 2 children are the same. My first son is different from my second son, who's different from my daughter. So, in a bid to be a better mother, you need to be deliberate about loving your children the right way. Right way being the way in which they innately perceive love. And the third thing to be deliberate about is about nudging your children into purpose. When we were growing up, you would show different traits and, different skills. And our parents sometimes would, encourage you in that. Sometimes they'll tell you, just go read your books, forget about that. In the 21st century that we are in now, with the kind of children that we are raising, the kind of life that we are living, the kind of exposure that we live in and your children will be exposed to, you need to nudge your children towards purpose. So what's that gift that your child has? What's that skill that he has? How can you help the child harness it? Does your child love singing? Can you, register him or her in a singing class? Does he love football? Does he love sports? Does he love drawing? Can you register him in an art class during summer? all these things that the child has, how can you as a mom deliberately nudge him into his purpose by harnessing and growing his skills? So in summary, to be a better mother, you need to be deliberate. Deliberate in teaching your children, deliberate in loving your children, and deliberate in nudging your child into purpose. So that's it from me today. As always, remember that there's a great God out there just backing you and rooting you to become that uncommon woman, the 21st century virtuous woman. For more tips on how to go on this journey to 21st century woman, feel free to visit our website www.sharevirtuosity.com, and do get the Uncommon Woman while you're at it, the Uncommon Woman book, while you're at it. Till next week, bye.